you doing, everybody? This is the Pop Music Freak back with another song facts countdown video. We're up to number 910 in my top 1,000 favorite songs of all time. It's a classic from the 60s from Van Morrison, Brown Eyed Girl. Now let me give you the song facts. Brown Eyed Girl is a song by Northern Irish singer and songwriter Van Morrison. Written by Morrison and recorded in March of 1967 for Bang Records owner and producer Bert Burns. It was released as a single in June of the same year on the Bang label, peaking at number 10 on the Billboard Hot 100. The song spent a total of 16 weeks on the chart. It features the Sweet Inspirations singing backup vocals and is considered to be Van Morrison's signature song. If you're wondering what day the song was actually recorded in the studio, it was March 28th, 1967. So, after finishing his contract with Decca Records and the mid-1966 breakup of his band, Them, Morrison returned to Belfast seeking a new recording company when he received a phone call from Bert Burns, owner of Bang Records, who had produced a number of recordings with Them. He flew to New York City and hastily signed the contract, which biographer Clinton Halen says probably still gives him sleepless nights. During a 2-day recording session starting 28th of March 1967, he recorded 8 songs intended to be used as 4 singles. The recording session took place at A&R Studios, and Brown Eyed Girl was captured on the 22nd take on the first day. Of the musicians Burns had assembled, there were 3 guitarists, Eric Gale, Hugh McCracken, and Al Gorgioni, plus bassist Russ Savakis, organist Gary Sherman, and drummer Gary Chester. It was released as a single in mid-June of 1967. Originally titled Brown Skinned Girl, Morrison changed it to Brown Eyed Girl when he recorded it. Morrison remarked on the title change, "That was just a mistake. It was kind of Jamaican song, Calypso. It just slipped my mind that I changed the title." After we recorded it out of the tape box, I didn't even notice that I changed the title. I looked at the box where I laid it down with my guitar and it said Brown Eyed Girl on the tape box. It's just one of those things that happen. The song's nostalgic lyrics about a former love were considered too suggestive at the time to be played on many radio stations. A radio edit of the song was released which removed the lyrics "making love in the green grass," replacing them with "laughing and a running, hey hey," from a previous verse. This edited version appears on some copies of the compilation album The Best of Van Morrison. However, the remastered album seems to have the bowdlerized lyrics in the packaging, but the original racy lyrics on the disc. Lyrically, it shows early hints of the idealized pastoral landscapes that would flow through his songs through the decades, a tendency that links him to the Romantic poets whom Morrison has cited as an influence. So, because of a contract he signed with Bang Records without legal advice, Morrison states that he has never received any royalties for writing or recording this song. The contract made him liable for virtually all recording expenses were recouped. Incurred for all of his Bang Records recordings before royalties would be paid. And after those expenses were recouped, the revenue would become subject of some highly creative accounting. Morrison vented frustration about this unjust contract in a sarcastic nonsense song, The Big Royalty Check. Morrison has stated that Brown Eyed Girl is not among his favorite songs, remarking, "It's not one of my best. I mean, I've got about 300 songs that I think are better." To capitalize on the success of the single, producer Burns assembled the album Blowing Your Mind without Morrison's input or knowledge. Released in September 1967, the album contained the single as its lead-off track as well as songs recorded by Morrison at the March recording sessions for Burns. The album peaked at number 182 on the Billboard Top 200. Morrison's original recording of Brown Eyed Girl has remained widely familiar as the uncensored version of the song is regularly played by many oldies and classic rock radio stations. In 2011, Brown Eyed Girl was honored for having 10 million U.S. radio airplays. It was one of only 10 songs registered with BMI to have received that number of radio plays. As of 2015, Brown Eyed Girl remains the most downloaded and most played song of the entire 1960s decade. As of 2020, the song remains one of the longest surviving songs from the 1960s in recurrent rotation, in an era when the music of that decade has become increasingly rare, as oldies stations have transitioned to 70s and 80s classic hits. Paul Williams included Brown Eyed Girl in his book Rock and Roll, the 100 Best Singles, writing that, I was going to say this is a song about sex, and it is, and a song about youth and growing up and memory, and it's also very much and very wonderfully a song about singing. This song proved to be an impetus for Morrison's career. It was his first single after leaving his position as lead singer for the Belfast form Them, and led to his relocation to the United States and an eventual contract with Warner Brothers Records, where he recorded his career-defining album Astral Weeks. In a contemporaneous review, Billboard described the single as an exciting debut and a groovy piece of original rock material that should fast establish Morrison as a top disc seller and writer. Cashbox said that scores of DJs and consumers should dig this hard-thumping lid. In his 1989 book, The Heart of Rock and Roll, the 1001 Greatest Singles Ever, Dave Marsh rated Brown Eyed Girl number 386. In 1999, BMI listed it as one of the top 100 songs of the century. In 2000, it was listed at number 21 on the Rolling Stone MTV list of 100 greatest pop songs, and as number 49 on VH1's list of the 100 greatest rock songs. In 2001, it was ranked at number 131 as one of the RIAA's Songs of the Century, a list of the top 365 songs of the 20th century chosen with historical significance in mind. And Rolling Stone rated it number 110 on their 500 greatest songs of all time back in 2010. And it's obviously it's on every superstar all-time list. There's also one of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame's 500 songs that shaped rock and roll. So yes, definitely a classic rock and roll tune that has lasted through the years. Reviewing the charts again, it hit number 10 on the Hot 100 in 1967, was released as a ringtone in 2006, and was charted on the ringtones chart in the middle of all the other current pop going on. You have this one oldie but a goodie in the middle of all that. So, in terms of certifications, in Denmark it was certified gold. In the UK it was certified double platinum based on sales and streaming. And in the US it was certified platinum for 1 million copies sold. Okay, now there's been several remakes of it, and we go through the list of all the remakes. El Chicano did a remake in 1972, which reached number 45 on the Hot 100. Ian Matthews peaked at number, let's see, did he hit the Hot 100 with it? No, 1976. Other versions, Jimmy Buffett did a remake in 1983 that reached number 13 on the Adult Contemporary chart. Among the other artists who have recorded it, Adele, believe it or not, Billy Ray Cyrus, Everclear, Bertie Higgins, Ronan Keating, Glenn Medeiros, Johnny Rivers, Bruce Springsteen, you might have heard of him, and U2, you might have heard of them. It's been featured in many, many films. The Big Chill in 1983, Born on the 4th of July, Sleeping with the Enemy. 2005, George W. Bush said this is one of his favorite songs of all time. George W. Bush said that. And Bill Clinton said that in 2009. It's top pick of his list of favorite 10 tunes included on his iPod. Yeah, it is an historic song. It's a classic song. It's an okay song as far as I'm concerned. If it comes on, I'm like, but I'm not crazy about it, but it deserves to be on my top 1,000. 910. Maybe it could have been 800s, 700s, That's going to happen in my head. I'm going to go through my head and say, this song should have been higher. This song, I don't know if it should have been on here. I don't know if this song belongs to be all the way up here, all that stuff. This song should have been higher, top 10. I'm going to be having these discussions as we go through these 1,000 songs. So bear with me because, I'm one of those on the line, creative genius, nuts, Those that know me agree and are shaking their head. Yeah. My wife would be in agreement for sure. Anyway, all right, enough about me. 910. Brown Eyed Girl, Van Morrison, a rock and roll classic. Hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you can share it. I hope you'll decide to like it. The likes are important. The likes get it to be my videos to be recommended to other people. Please subscribe. I want to keep this ball rolling here. Next stop, 2,000. Keep this party going here. I got my coffee. I'm gonna try to bang out a few more today. Let's see what I can do. It's a nice Saturday here, the day I'm filming these videos. Lovely day here in New York City. Nice sunny day. Alright, anyway, enough about that. I'm also going to post a link to the music video in my description. Alright, so thank you so much for watching. I wish all of you peace and love.